Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me today. Today I'm starting a new project. Can you believe that? But it's for a Christmas gift if I get it done. If I don't get it done, it'll be for a I love you gift. So today I'm going to talk about Thanksgiving and just all kinds of stuff, whatever round comes out. Hey friends, thank you for joining me at my desk today. Guess who's about to crochet? This is honestly the first time I've crocheted since probably a few days before I went into the hospital. I was just kind of too sick to crochet, and I didn't crochet none while I was in the hospital, of course. And now this is my first time to crochet since being home. So, I'm starting a new project because why not? Why not, right? We can do it whatever we want to do. There's no rules. No, I'm starting this project because I'm using a Caron anniversary cake that was gifted to me. It is so pretty. And this is so my son Dakota's colors. He loves green. Green. I don't know what I was thinking there. He loves green and all these shades of green. There is a brown in here that will complement it very well. But he will love this. So, the reason why I'm making a blanket is what I'm making. The reason I am making this is because I was after my kids to finish up their Amazon wish list for their Christmas wish list. I always have them to make Amazon wish list, and we can all see each other's stuff on our computers. But I always have them to make wish list, and they can put anything they want on it. It doesn't mean they're going to get it. And what I do is I go through, me and Big Daddy will go through there and we will pick out a few things from their wish list that they want, and that, it's affordable, because sometimes they put ridiculous stuff on there. I think they're just testing us. But they make their Amazon wish list. We look at it. We pick out a few things like, okay, we'll buy this, we'll buy that. That's crazy. That's stupid. We're not buying that. And then, but we use that list as ideas for when we're in town. We see something similar or the same theme, or it just gives us a better idea of what they're into at the moment. Because we always, we change interest a lot. Everybody does. And you have new interest and new things that you might are into at the moment, And so, I was after them. I've been after them. And I finally told them, finish your list now or never. Hold on one second. Let me see. Did I chain 2 or 1? I had chain 2. And so anyway, I talked with both of them yesterday, and I was like, finish your Christmas wish list on Amazon. I need it done. So, split this. I will say this about the Caron anniversary cakes. I love to look at them and pet them because they're pretty. But, they are so splitty. I'm going to tell you, if you don't like working with splitty yarn, which who does? I don't even know what I was doing. Did I do chain 2? Chain Yeah, okay. Let me just chain this 2 one more time without talking for just a second. Okay. Anyway, okay, so in talking with both of my kids yesterday about Christmas and, you know, what we're doing and all this kind of stuff, I realized that I need to make everybody a blanket. So, I'm not telling them that, but from talking with them, I just got the feeling I need a blanket. I need to make everybody a blanket. So, I'm not telling them that, but that way, if I finish it, I finish it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not really putting pressure on myself, but I am going to work on these. This is what I'm going to be working on for a little bit. Just trying to make a blanket. If I don't finish them for Christmas, I'll finish them for later. I don't feel like Christmas is the deadline. Right? I don't know what I did. It don't look right. One. That just don't look right. What did I do there? Or, I don't even know. Okay. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. I might have messed up. I'm gonna just try something and see if it works itself out. My eyes are not playing well with me today. And so I might have done it right and just not seeing it right. But I might have done it wrong. Do you have days like that where you're working a project and you're like, what did I do? It don't even make sense. You know what? I can't make any sense out of that. All right. Take 2 on the blanket. Now, I'm going to chain 4. I'm going to chain 4. I'm starting a granny square. I think I'm going to do my center of the blanket with 3 or granny squares. And then build from that. So I'm just making a simple granny square. I should be able to do this. Okay, so that's, I chained 4. I'm gonna go back in that first, pull through, slip stitch, yeah. And then I'm going to chain 3. I don't know what I did before. Chain 3, and then start my first granny cluster. And I'm using this yarn is a 6 bulky yarn, so I'm using a 9mm hook instead of a gun. 9mm. Oh. Okay, and just because my eyes are like trying to make me think I'm crazy, we all know I'm not. Shut up, Angela. We are going, I'm gonna mark my first, the top of my chain 3. Okay, now let me get this going. Bear with me, friends. So anyway, with talking to them, I thought, I need to make each of them a blanket. And I could probably pull this off. Okay, it's not 2 blankets, it's 4. And I do have Caron cakes in everyone's color. And I should be able to do this. I probably won't be working on much of anything else except 4 blankets. But like I said, I didn't tell my kids that so they don't expect it in case, you know, something does happen and I'm not able to get them done. And I've never done crochet projects for Christmas before. But back to the Amazon wish list. I use those for mainly ideas. My kids can put stuff on there, and then when I'm in town, I can find something or see something. I'm like, oh yeah. So, you know, Dakota had a bunch of whatever stuff on his list, so he would probably like that. And, you know, stuff like that. So, they know that they're not getting everything on their list, or mainly the list is an idea jumping part for me. 1, 2. So anyway, they both added some things on their list, and me and Big Daddy sat here looking through them last night laughing like, haha, surely he don't think he's getting that. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm still having a lot of tummy issues, like just pain and just hurting really bad in my stomach. And Big Daddy don't quite understand, and I guess you probably don't either. You know, what it feels like unless you're dealing with it. And several of you have let me know that you're dealing with that too. And my heart goes out to you. Oh, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. And, you know, I dealt with this all summer, not knowing what it was. But I was sick a lot this past summer. Just dealing with the pain and not being able to eat very much at a time. Okay. All right. This ends the first round of my little granny square. But anyway, yeah, I dealt with that all summer, just not knowing what it was and not knowing why I was so sick. And now I know what it is, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, my heart goes out to anyone dealing with health issues, but I can understand if you're dealing with the gastroparesis, that I understand what you're dealing with now. Oh, I'm sorry that any of us had to deal with that. Okay, I'm slip stitching over, but I think my yarn split right there, because it looked like I had a strand just hanging out by itself. Don't you just hate it when your yarn does that? So yeah, on this blanket, my goal is to start these, I'm going to do 3 or 4 granny squares, and then crochet around them to start my rectangle blanket. Now I will try my best to remember to leave links in the description box below of different ways to start a granny stitch rectangle blanket. I'll put that in the description box because there's 2 different ways that I make them. Well, there's actually 3 different ways. Oh, I'm just off camera, aren't I? There's actually 3 different ways. Just making granny squares and putting them together to make a rectangle, or to start the center with a long chain and then start around it to do, you know, start the granny stitch blanket, or to do some granny stitch squares and then put them together in the center and start your blanket from there. So we'll see. But so anyway, I need to make 4 blankets. That's the thing. And I'm on round 2 of this granny square. I'll even stick a link down there about how to make a granny square. So I like that the brown is opposite each other, the sides. I mean, sometimes it might end up there, but I think that looks kind of cool. The start of a center. Oh my gosh, my stomach is just hurting so bad. Yeah, Big Daddy doesn't understand, like, if I drink something, I can't eat anything. There's no more room in there. Oh, bless his heart. He just, you know, he don't know. I chained 1 in between my clusters, and I'm chaining 2 in the corners, just in case anybody wanted to know what I'm doing. Let's see. So what are you guys up to today? What's on your hook, or what project you got going on? Phoebe, there's no one here. It's kind of rainy and drizzly today here. Nice day to sit inside and watch the rain and crochet. I think this green in the center, it's kind of a jade green, or like jadeite. It reminds me of like the jadeite dishes that Dakota collects. I think that matches that pretty good. That reminds me of the jadeite. All right, another corner. And speaking of Amazon wish list. Now I feel really weird about this, but I mean, I have an Amazon wish list because in the beginning so many people asked me to make one, and I just kept getting request after request after request to make a Amazon wish list. Now I felt really odd about doing that. I don't know, because I'm not asking for anyone to send me anything. I don't know. I just feel kind of weird about it. And that's just me. I give better than I receive. To be honest, I give better than I receive. I mean, I'm grateful, but sometimes I just feel weird about it, right? You can imagine. So anyway, that wasn't my goal in making an Amazon wish list. But several people, you know, just kept asking. I mean, more than several. I just kept getting request after request after request of people wanting me to make one. So I finally did, and it's went well. It's went well. You know, I am grateful for anyone who has sent me anything. It is not a requirement. It is not expected. By no means is it ever expected. And then sometimes people will message me and say, you need to put such and such and such and such, you know, on your list. Or they'll, you know, write in the comments, please put this item on your list, you know. Because I guess if it's on the list, they can just purchase it and it'll be just sent right to me. And it already has my address and all that, and they don't have to first pay shipping, and they don't have to type an address in because it's already there. And I guess that's just easier for people. And I think the shipping thing is the main thing that people like about that. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm talking way too long about this because I didn't mean to talk long about it. I got some messages asking me to put some of my medical stuff on there while I was in the hospital. People were, you know, what kind of supplies do you need for your tube and all this. Now, I'll say this, that I have Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. They do not pay anything on my formula. And so we pay all that out of pocket. They will supply a few split gauzes, one roll of tape that's not even a very good tape. They will supply the feeding tube bags, a few things like that. But like on the split gauzes, they only supply one box. And I go through several boxes a month. So I did put some of that on there because I was asked. Okay, and then I got 3 messages back to back. I'm like, well, did y'all talk or what? I got 3 messages back to back to put some fun items on my wish list. And one of them even said, like, you know, Christmas is coming up or whatever. They just said, you know, put some fun items on your wish list. Things that you like or something like that. I can't remember exact wording, but I know they said fun items. So I did. I put some fun items on there. Now, this is not saying, oh, go look at my wish list, send me something. I'm not saying that by no means, okay? This is just letting that person know, I got it, I read it loud and clear, and I put some items on there. Now, I don't expect you to get anything off of there, but, I did put some items on there. Thank you for asking me to. And like I said, I feel really weird in even saying this, but I wanted to let that person know. And I put some fun items on there. I put a lot of Wizard of Oz items on there because I like Wizard of Oz. I'm looking forward to going and seeing the new Wicked movie at the end of this month, and so I put some Wizard of Oz items on there, and I put a few of these little cloth dolls on there. They're so cute, and I love setting these around. I love sitting these around and just looking at them, and I had decided, well, I kind of want some more of these, and then I can set up some little scenes and take pictures for Instagram or whatever, you know. I feel like her little lace needs ironing. Next time Big Daddy irons his shirts, I'm gonna see if he can iron that down, because it keeps turning under. But she's cute, and I want to collect the little mouse families, the little mouse people. She actually is a rabbit, but she's by the same company, and she's so cute. Yeah, she's a rabbit. So anyway, I'm gonna set her right over here so she can watch me crochet, and I can look at her and smile, because she does make me smile. I really do like the way this yarn is working up. Now I wonder if I should just have went ahead with the granny square, you know, with the chain, and did the granny square around it. But I kind of wanted it to give it a little boost in the middle to start off, and to make it a little wider, because, you know, I want the blanket to, I don't want to crochet on it forever before it gets wide enough to cover someone from side to side. But I am going to try to use the whole ball in the blanket. This is round 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. But I thought with the bigger yarn and the bigger hook, they would work up quicker. So Dakota's color is green. Elijah's color is red, but I don't have a red ball, but I do have that rainbow one that I bought, right? I bought the rainbow one, and so I'm gonna, yeah, okay. So, because I feel like I keep getting off camera, and I'm sorry, but I can't crochet and look at the camera at quite the same time. I have the rainbow one, and I have some either 5 or maybe even a 6-weight red yarn that I could make red the center and go from there, because his favorite color is red. But I think the rainbow with the red beginning, if I make granny squares and start it with granny squares in the middle, I think that would work. What you guys think? He likes all colors really, but red's his favorite color. So, anyway, I did get my prescriptions from Target. We went last night. Big Daddy had called me before he got off work, and he said, I'm fixing to leave work, get dressed. And I was like, oh, I don't feel like going anywhere. And he said, we got to go get your prescriptions at Target, and I got one too, to get. And I said, well, can you just go and get it? And he said, no, you need to get out of the house, which was true. So I said, okay. And I got dressed. We went to Target, and I did see some things in there for Dakota for Christmas. And we just got our prescriptions, and Big Daddy needed a loaf of bread, so we got that, and we hurried on out. And he said, let's go to Sonic and get you a shake. I was like, okay. So I did get a shake, and I think it's still sitting in my stomach. I didn't eat anything else. He kept saying after we got home, you know, what do you want? What do you need? I'm like, I can't. I really do like the way this is working up. But like I said, these Caron cakes, anniversary cakes, are splitty. Unfortunately, they just don't have a good twist on the yarn. In some places seems to be okay. But hey, if I can use a splitty yarn, you can too. Right. But I mean, I don't particularly like a splitty yarn. I know there's a particular yarn that a lot of people do like that is very splitty for me, so therefore I don't like it. And that's the Caron Simply Soft. I'm sorry. It's just too splitty for me, and it gets frustrating. So it's 3 rows. I was thinking maybe I'll do 4 before I put them together. Here comes Sassy. Alright, let me move her. I need a name for my little skater girl. She has on ice skates. I need a name. She's a rabbit, a little bunny. She has fuzzy ears. Around this eye, I don't know if y'all can tell. Let me go in a little closer. See if you can tell. This is like suede, kind of right here. This is lace. And then it's the burlap. She's kind of made of burlap. So this, her head to the nose is a lace over the burlap. And then this is like a little suede patch around the eye. She does have some blush on each side. No, Sassy. And then she has on a fur collar. And a little red and white dress. Her little poofy tail. So yeah, she needs a name. Set her right here. Set her on this side so Sassy doesn't get any ideas. But yeah, I was wanting to get some more of those little dolls. I put some on my Amazon Christmas wish list and put some other things. I put a few on just my regular wish list. And I put some on my Christmas wish list for my kids and Big Daddy. Although I thought me and Big Daddy had made the agreement a few years ago that we would just have a certain amount of money that we're allowed to spend and buy our own self whatever Christmas. But then he changes the rules. I'd rather just buy my own self and get what I want. But if he buys off my wish list, that's a different thing. But if he's using it just as a guide to, then that's another thing. What do y'all do for Christmas? What do you and your husband do for Christmas? What do you do for your kids? How do you handle Christmas and gift buying and stuff like that? Tell me in the comments so I'll know if we're weird or not. Do you have a certain amount of presents, or do you set a budget, or a number of presents per kid, grandkid, or what? You know, like, how do you do that? Well, Thanksgiving's coming up, and we will be getting together with everyone. It'll be 6 of us this year. Wow. Yes, it's been the 4 of us for so long, but now it's going to be 6. And we always buy all the groceries for Thanksgiving, and Dakota comes here and cooks. So normally Dakota cooks and then Elijah cleans up. Is what normally happens. But this year, while I was in the hospital, Dakota and his friend Carlton came to visit me while I was in the hospital. And so I said something about Thanksgiving, and then Carlton said, well, actually, I wanted to invite everyone to my house for Thanksgiving. And so and he said, would that be okay? And I said, it's fine with me. I don't care where we're at, just as long as we're all together. So, we are going to someone else's house for Thanksgiving, and we were told that, Dakota told me that, Dakota's a vegetarian, so he don't care about the meat. He don't care about what meat we have or anything like that. And I can't eat meat, so I don't really care either. But Big Daddy loves meat, and of course Elijah eats meat, and Carlton eats meat, and Chastity eats meat. So Dakota said, y'all just grill or smoke or whatever the meats, and y'all bring meat, and that's all y'all bring. But I think I want a sweet potato casserole. I've been craving sweet potatoes. There must be something in that sweet potato that my body needs, because I have been craving them. I'm going to go one more round and see. I love how this looks, though, and I'm back to the jadeite green. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And Dakota's going to make his vegetarian stuffing, which is really good. He started making this years ago. Dakota is, let me just tell you, Dakota has always been a cook. When he was little, he never ate meat. He never did. Like, some kids eat hot dog weenies, or chicken nuggets. Dakota never ate that kind of stuff. Even as a little bitty toddler. He just wouldn't. And, I mean, we even put him through a feeding clinic. A 6-week feeding clinic one time. And he came out eating the same things. It was a very intense clinic too. And it involved our whole family at the time. It was in Ohio. Me and the kids flew up there. Big Daddy drove up for a whole week. And we all participated in this feeding clinic. And Dakota's a vegetarian. And so I've accepted that. It took me a while. It did. It took me a while as when he was a kid. But then as he got older, you know. Oh, there's the garbage truck. But anyway, so when Dakota was little, he was 4 years old, y'all. We were like, he wouldn't eat what we ate. You know, we'd cook a meal. He wouldn't eat it. And so finally, I said one day, well, if you're not going to eat what we eat, then you have to cook your own food. Because we're not fixing all these different meals. You know, we're not going to do that. So, Dakota said, okay. He's 4, okay? We allowed him to use the toaster oven. And he would just go in there and make whatever he wanted in the toaster oven. Which was usually grilled cheese sandwiches. But he could get stuff and heat up in the toaster oven or whatever. We allowed him to use that at 4. With supervision. And he started cooking. Uh-oh, Phoebe. Shh. No. Phoebe, it's okay. Now, Dakota was an early reader. He started reading at 4. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Phoebe was barking because the garbage people were taking way too long. I don't know what was going on out there, but they were taking a long time. And they were talking really loud. We could hear them talking, and Phoebe was not liking that. So I cut the recording so they could finish up what they were doing and get these little dolls right here, they come in like either matchboxes, you know, boxes that slide like a matchbox does, or these tubes to store them in. So I was just gonna slide that back there. Okay, so back to what I was saying about Dakota. He read at an early age. He read at 4, and he was a smart little dude. He knew what he was doing. He was intelligent beyond his years. It didn't have anything to do with me or Big Daddy. It was just him. So we went to the library every week. We went to story time since he was little. I think I started both my kids going to story time at like a year old. And Elijah went earlier than that because we tagged along with, you know, me and Dakota. But anyway, he would check out library books. He knew how to use the card catalog at that time. And he would check out books, find what books he wanted, and he was checking out recipe books, okay? Cookbooks. And he would see what he wanted. He was making up his own recipes pretty early in his life. Because he would look at a recipe book and he would use what he wanted out of the recipe and leave out what he didn't want, such as meat. you know, and he's always been a researcher, so he would research stuff through library books at that time, and later on the computer when we got a computer. We got a computer when he was probably about 5. And started, you know, teaching him to use the computer, and he ended up teaching us. But, anyway, he would, check out, he would, you know, for a recipe, and then he would write down his grocery list, and when we would go get groceries, he would shop for his ingredients that he needed, and was cooking, making his own meals. Ended up cooking for us. He would make cookies and cakes and, you know, stuff like that, and we're just like, okay, whatever. We just went with it. And so at some point, I don't remember how old he was, but he came up with his own vegetarian dressing. And some people call it stuffing, but we don't actually stuff it in anything. It's just a pan of dressing. He uses vegetable broth and I don't know what all, cornbread, lots of seasoning. He seasons everything really well. And so he came up with this recipe for vegetarian dressing, and he has made that every year for a long, long time. So that's his specialty for Thanksgiving. That, and he makes corn casserole. That's the 2 things that he feels like has to be there for it to be Thanksgiving. Big Daddy is a big meat eater. Elijah don't really care. I mean, he wants his meat. He does eat meat, but he don't really care about the side dishes, you know, just whatever. I think I'm gonna have Big Daddy to make like a sweet potato casserole, but it's kind of different. Let me see, I'm gonna tell y'all what's in it. Sweet potatoes, you can use fresh, you know, sweet potatoes and peel them and put them in a pan. And I'm going to put this in a big silver pan, like a throwaway pan, because I ain't about washing dishes. So, in the bottom, put sweet potatoes. You can also use canned yams, canned sweet potatoes, 2 of the large cans of that. So we're probably going to go with that, because I don't see anybody going in there peeling potatoes. Ugh. And we'll make this at home and then take it with us and then just heat it up. Okay, so the canned yams in the bottom, juice and all. Everything that's in the can, pour it in. And then a little butter. Just put some little butter around down there. And then sprinkle on your cinnamon, brown sugar. Okay, this is the kicker. Sweetened condensed milk. Just pour a little over it. You don't pour in the whole can. Just ever how much you want. Pour a little sweetened condensed milk. Okay? And then on top of that, throw in some marshmallows. You can use the big fat marshmallows. You can use the little mini marshmallows. Just whatever you want. Throw in some marshmallows. Okay? Then, take a spice cake and sprinkle just the cake out of the box all on top of it. Make sure you don't have any like big lumps of it. You could sift it. Who's got time for that? Just kind of break it up with a fork so you don't have like big clumps. And I might even record this when we make it. But sprinkle that cake mix all over the top of it. Okay, then you can add cinnamon on top of that, brown sugar, whatever spices you like with sweet potato. And then take butter and just put little pats of butter all over the top, like little pats of butter everywhere on top. Put that in the oven. I'm gonna say like at 350 for 30-40 minutes. I'm not sure. We just look at it. I just know when it's done. And bake it, and it will be yummy. It will. So that's what I planned for us to take along with the meats. And also I was thinking of a pie. But Elijah said him and Chelsea might make a pie. I'm sure Dakota's going to make some kind of cake or something. Big Daddy's probably going to want some pie or some kind. I was thinking about a peanut butter pie. I'm not crazy about peanut butter, but Dakota loves peanut butter and chocolate. So I was thinking about some kind of peanut butter pie. I'd be fine with just going through Walmart and picking up a cheesecake or something like that. Big Daddy likes key lime pie or lemon icebox pie, which I'm not keen on either one, but I would eat a couple of bites. At Thanksgiving, you know. And that sweet potato casserole is pretty much a dessert, okay? I might tell Big Daddy to let's order some carrot souffle from Piccadilly, and that way I will have something to eat, even if I don't know how much a pan of it is, but even if I just ordered me some and took it over there in case I couldn't eat anything else. I might do that. Oh, and Dakota makes the best, hands down, the best deviled eggs. You know, he used to work in a fine restaurant, and they are still serving his recipe for deviled eggs. He makes such good deviled eggs. So I told him that sometimes, like, Big Daddy will make me egg salad. He doesn't make deviled eggs as good as Dakota does. We let him boil the eggs come Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever meal. But we like for Dakota to make them. Me and Elijah and Dakota are in agreement that Dakota can make them, Big Daddy can boil them, but that's all. He can peel them if he wants to. Anyway, so I told Dakota, I said, Dad makes me egg salad, but sometimes the white doesn't, I get choked up on the white not going down my esophagus, the white part of the egg. So make me just a bowl of filling, and I'd probably be able to eat that. And so I told him that we would drop off, eggs and whatever groceries they wanted us to contribute to before Thanksgiving, a few days before. I told him I'll get a big 18 count of eggs and then make the egg you know, boil them all, make the deviled eggs, but then also make me just some filling. So that's our plans for Thanksgiving. Now that we've all talked and, you know, that's our plans. And Elijah is going to come down. They're going to leave out Wednesday night, drive down here, stay Thursday, I guess Wednesday night, whatever time they get here. They're going to stay Thursday night, and then they have to leave Friday night. Now, she also has family here, so at some point throughout those days, they will go and visit with her grandma, lives across town. So we won't have him the whole time. They'll go see her grandma. And I guess her grandfather's still alive too, so her grandparents. So that's the plan. So what's your plans for Thanksgiving? Are you traveling? Do you have family coming in to see you? What's on the menu? Mine will probably be formula and sweet potato casserole and deviled egg filling. And I might even check on that carrot souffle from Piccadilly. Might check on that. Which I was thinking about going and getting me some just to have here at home. Like get some little individual scoops of it in containers and just have me some here for when I am able to eat. If I had like 2 or 3 of those in the refrigerator, for the week, you know, and then say if I felt like eating, I could just go and pop that in the microwave. So I might tell Big Daddy that. If I could get a couple of carrot souffles, the individual servings. I don't need a whole big pan of it. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is a pretty square. I'm going to go down so y'all can see it better. Whoa. What do y'all think? Is that a pretty square? I love this green right here. That's my favorite green. Dakota's would be the jadeite probably, and probably that too. But I do like the little touches of brown in there. Kind of breaks up the green. So I think I'm going to make at least 3 of these. How many inches did this come out? Using a 9. Hold on, I got to go down here and see. Well, I can see right here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my corners. Corner to corner here. Not corner to corner, but from this corner to this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 rounds. And it is 8 inches. Eight inches there. So I think I'll do at least 3, if not 4. 4 might make it too long too fast. I'll do 3. I think an odd number would work better, to be honest. So I didn't have to slip stitch over because I'm ending this. So I just needed to slip stitch 1 time. I think my snippers are still in my hospital bag. And I'm not going to weave in that end until I know that it's good. So that's what I plan to do, is make a couple more of those today. And then put them together. And then start granny stitching around the whole thing to make a rectangle blanket. I have kept you guys for a very long time. So I'm going to let you get going. This month is just flying by. Here it is, the 13th. We're almost halfway. That's why I was talking about Thanksgiving and trying to nail down those plans with my kids and make sure we're all on the same page. I love my kids. I enjoy spending time with them. They are so funny. And we crack on each other. I mean, they don't cut me no slack. Trust me. We crack on each other and just have a good time. We all have a good sense of humor. And I can't wait. I told Elijah last night when I was on the phone with him, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. He said, me too. I miss y'all so much. But he could come home at any time. But he's not. He's making a life over there in Hot Springs. Okay. So guys, I hope you're all having a great day. Oh, I keep forgetting to say this. And now I'm saying it at the end of the video. So a lot of people won't make it to the end, and they won't know I said it. So I'll probably say it again in another video. My arm. Remember when I was in the hospital, I woke up. Well, no, I didn't wake up. Just my arm started swelling. I noticed it one afternoon from my elbow down all the way. Swelled up. I mean, it was a good difference in my arms. And it was numb and tingly and scared me to death, okay? Scared me to death. I told the nurse, and she's just like, I wonder why. And I said, well, I'm going to be honest. It scares me because that's exactly how my fingers have started out. And the next morning I mentioned it to the doctor, and she didn't have any idea because it didn't have an IV. Like sometimes your arm swells if you have an IV and it's come out of the vein and it's just pumping in your arm will swell. But my IV was up in my chest, in my port. So they did, and I expressed to her that I was scared to death because, I don't want to lose my arm. And somewhere during this time, I did put out a request on Facebook, the Llama, Mama, Kayla, and Big Daddy group, and on the community tab here in YouTube, to asking anyone who could read that to please pray for my arm. And they did an ultrasound. There was no blood clot, which I was very happy about. But also, I was very like, well, then what's going on? What's going on, And they did ultrasounds on my fingers and, in the past, and there wouldn't be blood clots too. So, who knows? But anyway, it is better. Saying all that to say, it's better. The swelling went down, the numbness and tingling all through here went down. The only thing is, I used to be able to make more of a fist with this hand, but it's kind of gotten tight right here. Like when it was swollen, I could barely even do like that. It's trying to show you how much I could bend that. I could barely bend that. But now I can bend it, but it still feels a little tight or something. I don't know. Bye, friends. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet. I'm glad that I'm crocheting. I hope you're crocheting or doing something that you enjoy. Something that's bringing you joy. And I'll see you all in the next video, friends. Thank you guys for joining me today and hanging out with me while I started yet another new project. But it's with a purpose, and I'll be back to show you guys progress on it. Hopefully I can just crochet on this tonight and get a lot done. I gotta find a movie to watch, but I will. Have a great day.